Hello everyone, PolishLynx here, and this is the next episode of Narcissu. We are out of hospital, driving in pajamas, with some laundry we stole from the laundromat, and we'll see where this is going. Even for me, it wasn't like I did this because I liked it. Indeed, the money that we had wasn't like we were sent on and around with it. However, with what we had on hand now, buying new clothes would have been a tight situation. When that phase of the moon really came out and we had driven for a while, I stopped the car near some park somewhere. It was most likely a kind of children's park, tucked in the middle of a residential neighborhood. In the middle of that, I began to search through the clothes stolen earlier. Most likely, because of the heating in the car, the laundry was totally dry. Looks like it really is all guy stuff. Exactly as when I had glanced at them, it was all gaudy jeans and sweats. Most likely it was someone about my age and size-wise, something close. And then, while still sitting in the driver's seat, I grabbed a pair of suitable jeans and sweatshirt and started to change. Hey, you change into something suitable too. Oh come on, she's uncomfortable with you, man. She's a girl. Very old to be. Then you're going to always be in pajamas. Alright. With an reluctant reply, the girl took hold of a pair of jeans and opened the door. Hey, where are you going? Change. With just that answer, she began walking toward the restaurant that could be seen in the park just ahead. Hey, there. That was quick. In moments, the girl returned. The pink pajamas that she had been wearing up until now was in her hand, and she had changed into jeans and a white sweatshirt. Well, it's good that we managed to put something on. There was no reply, it was something I saw coming. The size was too much and dropped rather heavily on her. Since the jeans were too long, the legs were rolled up a number of times, while the top sweatshirt was in the same way folded over. The pajamas were bad. Well, don't say that, it's a bit warmer this way. At my words, she gave me just the slightest dissatisfied look. I guess something more feminine would have been better. Not particularly. The girl's usual response. Even though I had thought that she was dissatisfied with the poofy sweatshirt, soon she returned to being expressionless. Suddenly it started raining. As if it had forgotten how to stop, rain spilled from the cold January sky. Looking from inside the car, countless raindrops on the windshields. One by one, they would grow too big to stick, a number would gather, overflow, and turn into a rivulet. Then, while flowing down, they would involve other rivulets and flow even more. The two of us just sat gazing at that sort of rain from inside the car. In some parking lot somewhere, a lonely place in the mountains. Having finished shopping at the convenience store, we were spending the night. On the menu for each of us, 2 nigiri, 200 ml of pokari, and half of an order of fries. It's been a while since having this stuff, huh? With one hand holding the convenience store nigiri, the girl murmured, thinking about if normally it wasn't all that splendid, but compared as food on the 7th floor, it was good enough. And then, when both of us reached out towards the fries, suddenly the girl's hand stopped. Is something wrong? Not particularly. While answering, her line of sight turned towards the widely fogged windshield. There, by the roadside, a number of white flowers could be seen. Narcissus. Wildflowers soaked by the rain. I didn't know whether they were planted by someone or were there naturally, but those flowers seemed familiar. Those were Narcissus, I told you. They were also called daffodils. Ah, those were daffodils. I didn't know too much about plants and all, but daffodils. I had at least heard the name before. And also, I recalled that even though the girl would normally seek only rarely, she would uncharacteristically join in a conversation on this topic. That's why I went along and continued to speak. And I guess these are also different from those two. Strictly speaking, they are different. They're quite rare things then, aren't they? Not particularly everywhere. Everywhere? Like where? Like in front of your face. For me, it wasn't like I put very much meaning in the statement. It was intended simply from the flow of conversation, as a natural question. And yet, she thought for a moment, then slowly opened her mouth. West. West. Awajishima is famous. I have no idea what it is. Hey, wait. Awajishima? You mean just how far away do you think that is from here? For someone who had only just started driving like me, I couldn't even make a guess. Most likely, it was easily around 700 kilometers. Even using the expressways, I couldn't even begin to estimate the time it would take. First thing, considering our phones, it certainly didn't seem enough. Even with state of the expressways and use the smaller roads, the cost of gasoline itself was ominous. Look, don't say unreasonable things now. There's no way you could go to such a place, right? Who said anything about wanting to go? I was asked, so I simply answered. With just that answer, the girl once again gazed beyond the windshield and those flowers. The glass inside the car, cold from the rain, was fogged wine. She cast her gaze beyond even that. It wasn't as if I wanted to go there also. I would go. However, it also wasn't as if we had another place to go. Okay, chapter 3, Maps. Demi, whose time has stopped. Only increasing my knowledge, simply increasing the number of meaningless values, simply desiring only information from the television screen. Eventually, the real grew faded, turned hollow. But I liked looking at maps. Cars and trains, things that would take me places. I liked them. Spreading maps upon the narrow bed. Tracking road after road, tracking. Sedans, coupes, convertibles. I also rode on many different kinds of cars. That, even continuing Route 1, I ran all the way to the distant end of it. Indigo blue sky and beautiful shoreline. I ran all the way to the places painted in my dreams. Gently going around the curve traced by Cape, under the burning sunlight, dashing to a brilliant white beach. If I just closed my eyes, I could go anywhere. Scenery that I had never seen before would float before me, as I thought about lands that I would never be able to go. Without any meaning, I simply increased my knowledge. Slowly, I accumulated only yearning. January 21st, 2009. A sky where the rain had let up, flowing by at an amazing speed, high clouds. From the ground, the still damp asphalt gave a unique shah Nice. Within all that, as always, we continued driving on, without a destination, simply just driving on. It wasn't like we were headed to the Shima that we had spoke about last night. For one thing, as a problem before that, we probably didn't have the gasoline money. While pondering about that, I continued driving straight along the unknown road. But where was this, I wonder? Suddenly, I wound up thinking about it. From the start, I wasn't all that good with geography, but all the place names were ones I had never seen before. I hadn't planning on driving onward in any case, but with the navigation system that I knew even less. Before I knew it, I was peering at the signs in the area while I drove. I don't really know, but no, just wondering where this is. The girl spoke to me when I looked around, and I lightly replied, well, most likely, even if I asked her, she wouldn't have known, probably. Irma of Saitama Ken. What? At the next intersection, if you go right, road 16, you will go out to Hachioi. You know? Did you live here before? Not particularly, it's not that. That was a surprise. Yeah, that was. Oh, instead of surprising, why she knew so much was mysterious. No matter how we looked, she didn't seem the type to get in a car and go around. Then, maybe, from here to that place, Awaji Shima knew the way. I don't understand what your question means. Well, you see, without getting on the expressway, we might be able to get there using only the smaller roads, right? Look, the gasoline cost, our money might be enough after all. Do you want to go? It's not like I meant that, but then don't ask. Just go! With those final words, the girl once again fell silent. In her usual cold way, she remained staring out the window. I had the feeling that what those eyes were looking at was not a scenery flown by before her, but a much farther place. Those words, don't ask, from before. Just what did they mean, I wonder. If I had answered that I planned on going, what would she have answered? Without a destination, we simply traveled. From the start, we hadn't any plan on schedules, simply, we just hated both the 7th floor and our shallow homes. But for me, at the least just for me, it didn't matter what, I probably wanted something to give me direction. January 22nd, 2005. It's cold, isn't it? Indeed. Some beach I didn't know the name of when I noticed we were headed out toward the sea. I had intended to head west, but it seemed at some point I would up heading south. A beach with a pitch black sky and a strongly blowing cold wind. The two of us left the car and stood gazing at the dark sea. As always, the girl looked far away with a downcast air at where the black sky and sea merged at the horizon. And then, after watching the sea for a while, slowly she began walking to the water's edge. Say, what do you think would happen? I don't understand the meaning of your question. I don't either. Do you think I would die comfortably if I went out into the sea like this? Her back was still turned towards as she continued to walk to the water's edge. The third time was the last. There is no fourth. Okay. Let's do a break here. Because it's been 15 minutes. And again, I did that thing at the moment I supposed to end the episode. Okay, I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. I wonder with what will happen again. I really wonder. I hope she will not kill herself. Bye.